Alrighty, so stop pulling nutsedge. And you've probably heard that quite a few times. Don't pull nutsedge. Well, the first thing we want to do is tell you why not to pull nutsedge. And then the second thing that's more important than the first thing is to show you how to identify nutsedge. And this is yellow nutsedge. So, nutsedge has nuts. Nutlets. So if you go around and you pull the nutsedge out of the ground, for instance, here's some right here, you're going to break off the root system, you're going to break off the nutlets, and they're going to stay in the soil, and they're just going to pop back. They have these tubers, yellow nutsedge, and it grows so aggressively that you can see this little small, that's a tuber going across there, about 3 inches long, and already popping up a new plant. So when you pull out this plant over here that you don't see, this one, you yank this one out that's tall, this bad boy's still in the ground. So you want to get a herbicide on here, something that will, you need a surfactant so it'll cut the super waxy leaf. You want to be able to get it into the plant. You want the herbicide to go down into the system, root system, and take it out. It's a slow process. It's not a quick burn down, but if you want to eliminate it, you got to do that, because if not, you don't kill all this system under the ground, it's going to be right back looking ugly in your yard. Maybe that's a good thumbnail right there. But anyway, so like I say, you can see these here. That's the nutlets. And I had to wet the ground to pull these and not break off all the tubers and lose these in the ground. All right, so what to use? There's multiple things you can use. The first thing would be Celero, which is the active ingredients in Dismissed. I buy most of my stuff from Chemical Warehouse. I love that site because you go on there and you can search the active ingredients and you can see it in generic form, larger form, and with running 3 acres of turf, I need all the help I can on price. Cannot beat Chemical Warehouse. Secondly, you have stuff like Sedgehammer, Pro Sedge, all of those are, I'll probably screw this up, but like House of Surferon, that's also on Chemical Warehouse. And I'm running an ounce 0.33 to the acre, so it's expensive. So you need all the help you can get. Anyway, that's the third one would be Celero, and that's something a little bit new to the market, but that's by New Farm, and it's a whole lot better later in the season from my understanding. So first thing in the season, when it's small, you know, you could burn it down with Dismissed / Celero. Then you could come along with your Sedgehammer, Pro Sedge, those types of things, and then lastly, Celero. But I'm gonna be doing a blanket spray of House of Surferon or whatever today. 1 ounce, 33 to the acre. So let's get into the identification part of this. The most important thing about controlling any weed or any plant in your turf that you don't want is going to be identification. Because if you don't have it identified correctly, you're wasting your time. You're applying stuff you don't need, chasing a problem you don't have. So how to identify yellow nutsedge? First of all, you look at the blade on here, and it's got a super sharp V. Super sharp V. Very waxy leaf also. You can see, hopefully you can see, that this has got a V shape. And on the back side, it's almost sharp, like you can feel it. It grows pretty wild right here. It's almost like a braid. But that is your yellow nutsedge identification. Here's one that has the nutlets on it. Tubers. So, like I say, identifying this plant is the first step before even trying to control it. Normally what Nutsedge does in our fescue and why it looks so bad is you'll mow and the next day, you know, you got this cut off, and the next day this stuff will be that much taller than your fescue. And it's limey compared to the, you know, the nice cultivars of fescue. So hopefully that helps someone identify. And like I say, do not pull it, because when you do pull it, you leave all the tubers and the nutlets in the soil. You can see right here all the roots that's still here, all the tubers. So do not pull your nutsedge. Those V's, I have no idea. We'll find out when I put the video together if we can see it well. Yellow nutsedge. And if this is helpful, please like and subscribe. Please.